Just over a week ago, I was contacted by Salt Beer Factory, who've done a recent collaboration with both Bullet For My Valentine and Trivium to celebrate their 20th anniversary world tour. Both of the bands worked with Salt to put together these incredible beers, so knowing what a huge Bullet For My Valentine fan I am, Salt were good enough to get in touch and send me some to try. So today we're going to be taking a look at each one, of course, giving them a try and talking about the story behind them. Also, there's a little bit of a funny story behind how I got my hands on these, so stay tuned for that. Before we get into everything, I do want to mention real quick that this is not a paid promotion video, and me having this awesome stuff is purely out of the guys at Salt being so good to me. Lastly, I'm 100% aware that not everybody here drinks, so if that's you, don't worry, you're equally welcome to stay here and enjoy the stories and the content. And then if you do drink, this is your friendly reminder to always drink responsibly. So that said, let's get into the video. So the guys at Salt actually sent me 12 of these drinks to try, and there's 3 different ones. So like I said, we're going to be going through each one, but I just want to say a huge thank you to Richard and the guys at Salt for sending these to me. And not only that, it was a super special delivery because he also included a signed label by the band. So this is the label for the Poison Bullet For My Valentine IPA that they've done. And if I can get this box to balance, I'll show you a close-in real quick. And hopefully that focuses. That's really special, you know, right off of the bat. To have opened this box and then to just be immediately greeted with a label that's actually signed by a band that means so much to me. And if you're a subscriber of mine, you know how much this band means to me. And yeah, to finally own a piece of Bullet For My Valentine history that's actually signed is absolutely incredibly special. So once again, huge thank you guys for sending this out to me. So the first one we're going to be taking a look at is this incredibly cool hazy IPA, aptly called The Poison, which has got the original Poison artwork on it right there. So this is basically the Bullet For My Valentine one. It's got all their signatures along the bottom. The label's got this really sort of nice sort of rustic feel to it. I don't know if you can hear that. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a great piece of just Bullet For My Valentine memorabilia, if you like. And that album artwork, I mean, you know, that's been with me for a very long time. That album has been with me for a very long time, and I never expected to, you know, be holding it as something that you can drink with it on, you know what I mean? Okay, so first things first, let's have a quick read of the label. So it's a bold and brash supercharged IPA, brewed to commemorate 20 years of Bullet For My Valentine's explosive debut, The Poison. Expect explosive waves of juicy pineapple, mango, and zesty citrus, balanced with a punch of piney bitterness, all hitting that sweet spot at 6.66 ABV. I mean, of course, right? What other numbers could you use for an ABV for a metal beer, right? So apparently this is the perfect beer to crush whilst catching the band on their 2025 Poison Ascendancy tour. Grab it while you can. So yeah, I was there at the Manchester show, as most of you know. The full vlog is on my channel if you want to check that out. And let me know if you were there as well, or if you've been to a Bullet show this tour, and let me know if you had a good time. Okay, let's crack it open and let's see what it's all about. And I think, rather than being an absolute heathen and just drinking it from the can, I am going to use a glass. So let's give it a go. Now, I'm not the biggest IPA drinker, and I'm just going to go easy with how much I'm pouring in as well, because I've got quite a few beers to get through. And I mean, I'm not going to drink all 12 right in one sitting, but you know, it's a school night, and I don't want to overdo it. So there's your color. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I guess hazy is the word, right? That's really you know, well, hazy, right? So yeah, this is a really fruity one, apparently. What did it say? Pineapple, mango, zesty citrus, and piney bitterness. So let's give it a go. Like I said, I'm not the biggest IPA drinker. It's just not something I've chosen to drink over the last few years. So this will kind of be like a new experience for me, because it's just something I haven't really had much of. So yeah, let's put that to one side, and let's give it a whirl. Oh, yeah, that's super fruity. It's very refreshing. I suppose, I don't know if this went into the thought process, but like, if you were at a festival and it was like really sunny, you know, everybody, for the most part, is drinking beers and having a good time and stuff. But I imagine, you know, on a hot day, if you've been jumping around, like a really sort of like dry lager probably isn't going to be that refreshing to drink. You know, in terms of like festival beers go and stuff like that, if you're looking to enjoy this in that sort of environment, it makes sense because it's very refreshing. I don't know what to say. It's unlike anything I've really drank myself in recent years, but yeah, I suppose I could get used to it. And at the end of the day, who cares? It's got Bullet For My Valentine's name on it. I'm going to enjoy it either way, right? So one thing I will say about it is it's quite smooth as well. It's not one of those drinks where, you know, you take the first sip and it just like takes your head off and it's like, woof, what's that? You're not like engulfed by flavor when you take the first drink, if that makes sense, or it's not overpowering. You know, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm no connoisseur on IPAs and beer and stuff like that, but, you know, they've compacted a lot of ingredients into this drink. So, you know, I suppose it's like a song, right? Not to get all sort of like poetic, but, you know, if you've got all these different elements in a band and stuff like that, everything's got to live in the mix a certain way, you know, rather than having things like sticking out and being too prominent. So, you know, that's a lot of stuff they've compacted into one blend. So rather than it just being like an absolute onslaught, you know, to the taste buds, when you take that first drink, it's actually really smooth. And yeah, it's tasty. So just to give you guys a little bit of a background on this whole collaboration, Matt Tuck actually reached out to Salt wanting to do something special for their 20th anniversary. And obviously Salt absolutely jumped at the chance, as Richard, who's been looking after me, is actually a huge Bullet For My Valentine fan. But after the initial meetings and talks and stuff like that, Matt Tuck also mentioned it to Matt Heffy from Trivium and said, would you be interested in doing something similar? Matt Heffy said yes, and then therefore Salt got to work with both bands in putting these beers out together. So you're probably wondering by this point, how on earth do I come into all this? And to be quite honest with you, I'm still asking that question myself. So here's that quote-unquote funny story, which is not ha-ha funny, but it's kind of ironic funny that I mentioned at the beginning behind how Richard from Salt actually got in touch with me. So hands up in the comments, who remembers this picture of Matt Tuck holding a Jackson V that spread like wildfire across the internet just before the world tour? When that picture dropped, everybody absolutely freaked out because nobody had seen Matt Tuck holding a Jackson guitar in many, many years, since sort of like the Fever sort of era, if you like. So everybody was sort of speculating on whether he was going to be either returning to Jackson guitars, which I didn't think, but at least playing his Jackson guitars on the world tour that was coming up. So I put together a little reel just discussing it, just trying to get a little bit of hype up and a bit of engagement, which was great. And that picture was actually on the Salt promos for these beers, right? So as it turns out, that Jackson guitar actually belongs to Richard from Salt, who worked with the guys in Bullet For My Valentine and Trivium to put these beers together. So I guess he and the guys thought it'd be cool for Matt to be holding the guitar in the pictures, but it was quite ironic that, in fact, it was a Jackson. So as luck would have it, somebody saw that reel, forwarded it onto Richard and said, hey, look, it's your guitar and there's the promos you guys have just done. And that's what led him to finding my Instagram and getting in touch with me after seeing what a mega fan that I am. And he loves Bullet For My Valentine as well. So that's why he got in touch, and that's why I've got these cool beers to share with you guys now. So this next one is the Ascendancy Rice Lager. So yeah, so I guess this is what they worked on with the band Trivium, which you guys, of course, probably know by this point. And again, it's really cool. It's got the band signatures going along the bottom. I'm hoping that's going to focus in, but if not, I'll just do some close-ins for you. So this is a rice lager, 4%, and I'm expecting this to be nice and crisp. So, Trivium, inspired by the legendary sound of Trivium's iconic album Ascendancy. This 4% rice lager is a crisp, refreshing brew with a light body and smooth finish. A fusion of craft and chaos. This exclusive brew has been crafted in honor of Trivium's relentless energy and dedication to their sound. The perfect beer to crush whilst catching the band on their 2025 Poison Ascendancy tour. Grab it while you can. So I imagine this stuff isn't going to last forever. So as always, if you want to get your hands on some of these and a piece of history, really, because this isn't going to happen again, this whole 20-year anniversary. If you want to get your hands on this, obviously just head over to Salt's website, and that's where you can put your order in. Okay, so this is more of a lager. I like how it says on there, cut from a different cloth as well. You know, these feel like, you know, heavy metal. The can is black. You know, it's got the artwork on it, cut from a different cloth in the silver writing on the back. You know what I mean? It feels like heavy metal. Beverages, if you like. And I will say, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this on my YouTube channel. It's all been guitar covers, guitar lessons, and stuff like that. So this is a first for me. And I was kind of nervous filming this at first, but I guess this is a lot of fun to try as it's something completely new. And again, it's historic, right? So let's give this a try. I'm expecting it tastes of riffs, sweet picking, 3-note per string, sweet picking arpeggios, right? And screams. So yeah, so once again, there's the can. And yeah, this is a rice lager. Again, not something I'm 100% acquainted with, but let's give it a try. There's the drink, there's the color. Hopefully you can see that. Again, it's quite hazy. But let's see what Trivium's lager tastes like. Oh, wow. Never tasted anything like that before. Rice lager. Is it supposed to taste like rice? It kind of does. I can honestly say I've never tried anything like that in my life before. I'm not saying it's bad, but that's like a new introduction for me. Like, I've never tried anything like that. It does, it tastes like rice. Like, I suppose it's been made with rice. Maybe I should have done a little bit more research before going into this. Ingredients. Malted barley, oats, wheat, rice. There you go. There is rice in all lager. I don't know. But hey, it says on the front, rice lager. I'm tasting the rice. I honestly don't know what to say. I'm pleasantly surprised. You know, it's different. You know, it's different. And it's completely different to the IPA of Bullets. But, you know, I suppose maybe that's metaphorical for both the bands, just because they're both metalcore bands. Both bands sound completely different. You know, they've both got things that they both do within that sort of bracket of the genre. You know, whether it's pedal point riffs, you know, mix of heavy and melodic vocals, guitar solos and stuff like that. But two completely different bands with two completely different flavors, at least in my opinion. And I suppose it's the same with the beer, you know. That IPA tastes very much like what I've expected to have of IPAs in the past, but this one, never tried anything like that. So like I said earlier, if you want to get your hands on some of these and you want a piece of Bullet For My Valentine, Trivium, Salt Beer Factory history, just head over to the website. And they've always got really good deals on and stuff like that popping up from time to time, so always keep an eye out. But I'll put a link down in the description for you guys so you can order and try some of these for yourself. So last but certainly not least, we've got this Poisoned Ascendancy Hazy. I'm guessing it's an IPA again. 4.5 tropical drink right there, so hopefully that's going to zoom in for me. If not, again, I will do a close-in for you guys. So this one's got the Poisoned Ascendancy tour poster on it, which is sort of like the blend of both artworks. Whoever did that artwork did an incredibly cool and awesome job. So let's have a read of the label. Bullet For My Valentine and Trivium, both logos at the top. A collaboration born from the union of metal legends. Poison Ascendancy is the official beer of the 2025 Trivium and Bullet For My Valentine tour. This 4.5% hazy pale is bold, heavy, and super refreshing, crafted to accompany the intensity of every show. Forged in the fires of metal, this one-off brew embodies raw energy, delivering a balance of bold flavors and a smooth, lasting finish. Perfect beer to crush. I was catching the bands on the 2025 Poison Ascendancy tour. Grab it while you can. So again, guys, these aren't going to last. So unless they do a rerun, which who knows? Who knows if there'll be a 30th anniversary? If you don't want to wait 10 years, grab them while you can. So I'm guessing this is going to be more in the vein of the IPA, the Poison IPA that we tried earlier. That's what it looks like. All hazy. Would you want it to be any different if it says hazy on it? No, you wouldn't. So yeah, let's give this a go. So this is going to be the taste of pure poison and ascendancy. Let's find out. Hope it's not poison. Again, super refreshing. Reminds me of the poison one a little bit. And it's definitely got that sort of hazy IPA thing going on with it. So if that's what you're into, and that's what you're looking for, and if you enjoy Bullet For My Valentine and Trivium, then I suppose there's no better drink for you, really, you know? I will say this one isn't as mellow as the Bullet For My Valentine one, but still, you know, I've got no complaints. It's something different for me, and you know, what's life if it's not about variety, right? I just think the guys did like a stellar job between coming up with, you know, the different sort of flavors and notes, I guess it would be, with the drinks, and you know, everything to sticking the artwork on there and that lovely rustic finish on the labels and stuff like that. I think the guys just put together something really cool. It's a really cool package. And it's just something different. We're all used to buying t-shirts and hoodies and posters and stuff like that, you know, which we've got loads of. And obviously support your bands, buy merch when you go to their shows and stuff like that. In fact, I probably should have wore a Bullet For My Valentine top today that I got at the show. But yeah, you know, how often do you actually get to buy like a signature beer from your favorite band, right? So again, jump on this now, because I imagine, you know, this is kind of like a limited edition kind of thing, so grab it while you can. So there you go, guys. This has been a very different video for me. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for sticking around if you've made it this far into the video. Of course, I want to say a huge thank you to Richard at Salt and the Salt guys for sending this out to me and including me on this this very sort of special package that they've put together between the two bands. You know, obviously the signed label, that's you know, that's an incredible thing to earn. So thank you so much for including me on that. And then obviously these beers as well, just being sent these out to try and share my thoughts with you guys and maybe help promote the Salt Beer Factory brand a little bit as well. It's been incredibly special, and it's been a lot of fun for me as well to do something that just doesn't revolve around guitar covers or guitar lessons and stuff like that. If you want to keep up to date with Salt Beer Factory, go check out their socials. They're on Instagram and they've got the website and all that good stuff. Everything is linked in the description for you guys. As always, be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more Bullet For My Valentine content. So if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching, and I guess until next time, I will see you all in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace. Literally, just head over to the Salt website. I'll put a thing in the description or across the. Oh my god. Oh dear.